World Tank Blitzers, it's a Littlefinger. Hey, gonna be doing a review here on the Blitz9000. Yes, this is the July Battle Pass tank that just came out today. Quite honestly, guys, I am exhausted with the Battle Passes. As you know, and I really shouldn't have to explain how the Battle Passes work, but you come in every day to your game and you complete the missions, and then as you complete missions, you unlock further levels and progress all the way up 80 levels in total. The tank sits at level 35. For those of you that are free to play players, you do get everything on the top line for free. And then if you want to spend as little as $5, you can get the bottom section unlocked as well. Now, as I said, you know, I'm tired of feeling that I have to come into the game every day and complete all my missions. So I spent the $20 and just over 2,000 gold in order to get the tank so that I could do this review for you. And let you know ahead of time if I think that, you know, it's worthy of your money and your effort in completing the mission. So with that being said, I have played several battles now in the Blitz9000, and you know, you can't help but make comparisons to the Hellcat, right? In the look, but as you'll see, they're classifying this as a medium and not a tank destroyer. And as we go through the statistics on it, it is fairly unique as far as the tank goes. You've got spaced armor all over it, super angled front, but just like the Hellcat, you have a super slow turning turret, which is unusual for a medium tank, and you do have the good speed, and this thing hits hard. So let's pause here and go over and look at the statistics. All right, guys, so here we go. I'm going to use BlitzHangar to do this comparison, just because I know this has the accurate and latest statistics on it. Here we go, Blitz9000. And they say it competes with, you know, the Fury and the M-Force, and that's, you know, based upon this being an American medium tank. But what we see here is pretty low hit points. You know, it's 14th out of 28th. It's got decent view range, but look at this, guys. DPM is towards the lowest of all 28 medium tanks, right? You've got good pen, and like I said, it hits hard, super high damage at 225, which, you know, makes you think of tank destroyer numbers, right? So shell velocity is okay, penetration of loss over distance is great, 90 caliber gun. Aim timing, you know, these numbers look poor, but I really haven't seen too much of an issue with it, and we'll see that in the game. Dispersion numbers are okay. 8 degrees of gun depression, 20 of elevation. It does have the obviously full rotation, but here, like I said, turret traverse speed 30.2. It is slow, but mobility, we've got good speed and good power to weight ratio, so the tank certainly does move well. And then if we move down here into the armor of it, look at this. All of the pink that you see is spaced armor. So while the armor is pretty thin, you know, we've got 50 mil here underneath this, but that's going to be super effective with this spaced armor. And you know, I've seen a couple of them on the battlefield, and this just shows up as all red when you see them. However, it does look like you can go through the turrets fairly easily. So that is it. Let's jump into some quick gameplay. All right, guys. So I wanted to put this battle first. This was my second battle in this game. And as you saw there in the intro, the beginning of the battle, you have that bubble around you, bringing flashbacks to the Terminator movie. Not sure about my audience if you guys are too young to know about Terminator, but obviously it was a great movie. I think probably in the 80s, maybe 90s, I don't know. But anyway, check this team out. if this doesn't tell you all that you need to know about Blitz today, I mean, we're on mines. You go hell. We've got 2 heavies that have gone into cap, and I know this has become more and more frequent as we get a track shot on the AMX and just look at their team coming over the hill as a single unit. And I am feeling very vulnerable right here. It's kind of interesting. I think on the other side, the first time you see the Blitz9000, it also has the bubble around it. As I noticed that a couple times, but there you see the red on the upper hull. And I'm just like, I got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. I have no support. Yeah, so Leopard thinking he's a TD. These 2 TDs lost in cap. Yeah, need I say more about the teams today? All right, so that out of the way, you can see we've got good mobility. And I've just circled around the map. I'm going to go back up onto the hill because I think this is probably the safest place for me. And at this point, the game's over. But I just want to try to get some damage in. Decent heat pen, or HE pen, I should say. Not sure where that shot went. As we drop down onto the gargoyle, and at this point it's just a matter of trying to do damage, and I guess keep the tank statistically interesting, I guess. So yeah, the M6 is my last remaining friendly. We do have some good, it is one of the heaviest medium tanks, so we can do some good ramming damage. Yeah, that's all she wrote. And then you see how the Blitz9000 comes around the corner there with the bubble around it. I think that is pretty cool, guys. Yeah, and the obligatory nubs, when you see this team, one shot, 4 no shot. So of my 6 teammates, they landed 2 shots. Yeah, very good. All right. All right, guys, so let's drop into the second battle here on Oasis Palms. Top tier, supremacy, 8 degrees of gun depression, remember. So we can play this quite well on hills. And away we go. All right. I'm just going to let this guy go ahead of me. After that last game on mines, you know, send the meat shields forward. Well, you can see we've got the heavies going A, which is, you know, not atypical for a supremacy battle. Just trying to minimize our exposure, staying on the hill line here. Taking our shot and backing up. Right, now this was a little slow reaction on my part. I wanted to see if we could do any HE damage. I've got 45 mil of pen now. Keep in mind that I am running a gun rammer just to get that DPM up. As we take a big shot from spawn. So let's not push over that way. Let's wait. Let's let our camo reset. And then we'll go take the Skoda because he's all alone on that side. You see how well it accelerates, gets up to top speed. We'll get our shot in and just drive on by. And then once we're reloaded, we can turn back and get the kill. All right, 2 in town, and I'm pretty sure that they've got 2 TDs sitting in the back. Nice shot at distance there onto the side of the T-150. Let's pull up a little bit. We don't want to pull up too much because we don't want to get spotted by those TDs. Well, that's what I'm talking about. 232 from a medium at tier 6 is pretty impressive. So I did get shot there. I took my time. I knew that that guy was going to be reloading. I didn't panic. Let my shot reload, do the damage, and then relocate. 2 left, 1 in town, and 1 in one of those spots. And there's the Stube there. So, wow, where did that shot go? To hit the gun mantlet or the slope frontal plate, but I'm pretty sure that one went in. He's just going to be sitting there. He sat there the whole game. Sure enough. And that's going to be the end of the Stube. So 1681 in damage. Not super high, but we got 4 kills out of it. And that puts us down at 1934 for damage. Steel wall. Kind of a joke, but there you have it. Second battle down. Alright guys, so this is the last battle I'm going to show here on Falls Creek. Supremacy, top tier again, and just checking their lineup. Yeah, I think they're going to split, so I'm going to head on over to A and see what happens. And as we get this game started, I wanted to just talk about this tank in comparison to the other Battle Pass tanks. And quite honestly, my favorite has been the Agent, which basically was the VK2801 with some extra gun depression. Next in line was probably the Magnus, which is a little bit better M6 in my opinion. This tank would definitely fall a close third if I were to rate all of the Battle Pass tanks. Now, I've had fun with the Turbo, but, you know, the Rudolph, the Triumphant, the Ox, you know, they're just mediocre tanks that I didn't think they're not anything special that I'm going to pull out. But, you know, this tank being very similar to the Hellcat, I do think it is a very strong tank. For you to get for $5, it's also a pretty good deal. So, yeah, I didn't really mean to push my friendly there, but I just thought if I could get the kill shot on him, that would keep him alive. But when we turned the corner and everybody was looking at him, I don't think it really mattered at that point in time. Now, I'm going to get the kill shot here on the hatch of the Gargoyle, and I'm noticing a pretty healthy KV-1S pushing me with an MT-25 backing him up. I don't want any part of that battle, so that's what makes this tank pretty strong, if you ask me. I am able to outmaneuver the heavy tank and get back onto this side of the map where there's some lower health tanks. Poorly aimed shot there. I should have just gone for the side of his tank, but that's okay. We're going to come up on the P4306 here and making him a one-shot. Alright, so now we're in a nice position, and I think this is probably what you want to do with this tank is get it hull down. While the turret is decent as far as armor goes, it is certainly pennable. It does have that spaced armor, which is going to probably troll a few people. Like that shot there. The mantlet is pretty big, but you know, in facing this tank 1v1, I was able to pen the turret without too much problem. So 2-on-2 at this time, and you know, I have just been focusing so much on getting damage and killing these low health tanks that, to be honest with you, I hadn't even noticed that I had 5 kills at this point in the game. So there you have it, kill 6. The KV-1S just shot, so I know I have 20 plus seconds to get down here and get a shot off and get into cover. So that's going to put him at a 2-shot. Chances are he's not going to do 585 damage to me. So as long as I play this carefully, you know, I should be able to get my 2 shots off to his 1. And he looks to be a little bit slow on the draw there, so might be able to get away with this without even taking the shot. There is the Raseiniai. 7 kills, ace, 2,700 damage, and that certainly makes up for that battle on mines where I had a team that only managed to contribute 2 penning shots to the game. So anyway, yeah, guys, this is a fun tank. Again, probably not my favorite, but certainly in the top 3. So take that as you will. Enjoy the event. And as always, guys, have fun out there. Stay safe, get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger, out.